Hi, everybody. I would like to share with you today, just to recapture, just let's say as a continuation of the video that I published last time, where I was talking about that we are fractals of the divine. That's how I pretty much close my video. So to recapture today, to go along the same wave of thought, I would like to share with you the basics of the physics of consciousness. So thank you for joining me. Thank you. Hi, Rodrigo. This video is going to sound very nerd and very geek, but I am a nerd. So I'm going to share my nerdiness with you. For those who are interested, and actually this information is fascinating. I've always been fascinated with quantum physics, and the implications of knowing how the matrix of these, let's say, how, okay, let's just go to the point. So, as I was saying in my last video, we are fractals of the divine. So what a fractal is pretty much, let's say, to explain it very simple. Let's suppose there is a hologram, and then you cut a little piece of that hologram, and then you look at in a microscope, so to speak. That little piece is going to contain the information of the whole, and so on and so on. This is just to say that the Creator created us, and we are like a little piece of a cut of His soul. And if you look at your soul in a microscope, or actually it's in a multi-dimensional level, you have all the information of God or the Creator within you. So that is just to recapture from the last video that I published. So the basic physics of consciousness. We already know that reality is created with information and energy. That energy is consciousness. So what I would like to share with you is the power of consciousness, which that is who we are, a soul, a point of energy. So understanding the reality of the fabric of creation from the quantum physics point of view, we know that everything that exists is just energy vibrating at different frequencies. But that means that we are all one and we are all connected. Blah, blah, blah. I have spoken about this and you already know about this. So we are all connected through a quantum field, pretty much through our hearts and pretty much love. That's how I'm going to close my video. So it's all about love. In reality, it's all about love. But when we connect the spirituality with physics, and that is what fascinates me, because this is just proof of my understanding of what the soul is, okay, and its abilities. So continuing on, with a focused attention of our consciousness, we can manipulate energy and manipulate matter by will. So this subject is just like so fascinating because I would like to share with you the science behind abilities like, and this is true, this is documented, this is not that I'm making it up and you guys have read about it and you know it. We have the capability of teleportation, telekinesis, remote viewing, lucid dreaming, or the ability to access our memory when we die. We already know that death doesn't exist. We just transfer into a different entity, blah, blah, blah. And we have the capability to access our ancestors' memories in so many Native American cultures, or well, many spiritual cultures. In different names, they call it the Akashic Records. So why is that possible? Going back to the fractality of reality, the matrix of creation is made of geometrical patterns that are in perfect coherence. You know, like all this cosmos was created by an intelligent creator. Well, all this creation of frequency, sound, light, matter in different densities has to have a form to move in a coherent way. So this coherent way is sacred geometry. For everything to move in perfect coherence, sacred geometry, we have heard about the golden ratio. The primary geometry of all orbital mechanics and all living proteins is the golden ratio. That is exactly what you're going to find in the flowers, from the subatomic particle to a cell, to a flower, to a planet, or to a galaxy. Every has the golden ratio. It is absolutely super beautiful because it's like God's creation. It's a combination of, it's actually mathematics, information, and energy and consciousness. And that is why it is so beautiful when we understand consciousness. Okay, so now gravity is included in that beautiful equation of the creator that works with sacred geometry and the golden ratio. You know, the Fibonacci number, the Fibonacci sequence and everything like that, the fractals of the water and the petals. Well, when you see everything is in perfect coherence. And you know what? Just for the nerds over here, that magic number, the golden ratio, is 1.61803389. Anyway. Okay, so the golden ratio, everything is in perfect coherence. And now, knowing that gravity is included, gravity and all existence, including time and space, are in that sacred geometrical pattern of the universe. Let's just imagine it like a dodecahedron in multiple layers of densities. just to have an idea of how the universe and all the energy moves for infinity. And understanding that consciousness is actually a toroidal plasma vortex of energy. So our souls are, or consciousness, and our thoughts, that also includes our thoughts, and that also includes the movement of the earth and the galaxies and around the central sun, and so on and so on. Everything has a toroidal geometrical pattern, you know, like Nikola Tesla found a long time ago about the 0 point energy, or free energy. That's another story that we can make a video, that we can talk and share for on and on and on and on, but that's not the point. The point is that when we understand consciousness as a toroidal geometrical form of plasma, through infinite studies in a laboratory, it has been proven that focused human attention, meaning consciousness, causes plasma compression. I know that this sounds so over there, but in reality, okay, I invite you to please, when I do my videos, it's always a combination. It's pretty much a summary of eons of things and people that books that I read, people that I follow, and I just share with you my understanding, my humble understanding. My main source, I have multiple sources actually. Where's my books? Dan, oh my God, what's his name? Dan Winter. Sorry, I'm sorry. I have to give credit to Dan Winter. This information, basically, that I'm gonna share with you right now, is he has been okay. Dan Winter, excuse me, Dan Winter, and I'm giving credit. So, to my notes. So, Dan Winter, who has been somebody who has been studying for many years how plasma becomes aware. So pretty much the physics of consciousness. He has done many studies with people who have the capability. I know this sounds crazy, but actually it's all about physics and consciousness. People who have the capability to teleport, like Jean-Charles Moyen, or like, for example, people, kids who have the capability to read without their eyes, and or people who are able to teleport or levitate or have the capability of telekinesis. These things are fascinating. This is science, and this is proof. So I invite you to please research Dan Winter. So I'm giving credit over here. So he says that consciousness causes plasma compression. Why is that important? Because when we want to explore capacities, okay, back to my notes, because otherwise I can talk infinite about everything. So to the point. So this means that consciousness affects gravity. Isn't that fascinating, my beautiful friends? Consciousness affects gravity. Okay, it's just like to sit on that thought and ponder about it. It's just fascinating. Just imagine. I mean, just please be aware. This is so fascinating. So that's why we are able to awake when we know some physics and some methods and some practices. We are able to awake those dormant abilities of our soul that I mentioned previously, like teleportation, remote viewing, lucid dreaming, and things like that, who many people have experienced. But guess what? It could be done by will. But yes, would it be fascinating to teleport, and would it be, teleport and lucid dreaming? And yes, but the purpose of this video at the end, actually cutting through the chase, is to let you know that obviously consciousness has a lot of importance on our thoughts, and when collectively we connect our thoughts, we create a quantum energy field that is gonna propel the collective consciousness of humanity towards a positive timeline. And that it's another subject, but pretty much when I say another timeline, it's a timeline where nobody is suffering for any reason, for the lack of anything, and that everybody is aware of who they are, and there is balance and justice and so on and so on. But that is just another story. Back to my notes so I don't get out of track, just so that you can get a little bit of the feeling of where my soul is coming from, of why I want to share this video with you. I know a lot of you already know about how energy works and that our thoughts create our reality and things like that. But you know what? Since I was a little girl, or I ask you, if a genius appears here on a lamp and asks you, what power would you like to have? So think about it. What power would you like to have? Like what? Which one would it be? Like reading people's minds, like disappearing, like being invisible, like breathe underwater? I don't know. Think about it. What would it be your power if you could have one? I mean, you actually, as a matter of fact, this is my point, you already have them all. Which one would you like to activate? In my case, is teleportation. I would really would like the ability to teleport. And it's possible. Just if you do some research, you will find that there's many monks, the Tibetan monks and the Himalayans, and many shamans from the South American culture, and all. It's all about consciousness. And this is why I want to share this with you right now, that we can expand our conscious experience by will. Now, my humble understanding of the physics of this process, let's say that you are sitting down and wanting to, let's say, remote view. So what is remote viewing? Remote viewing is accessing not local information. So pretty much to transport your consciousness from one place to another. Sometimes it could happen physically, but most of the times, or the easiest way, is through your consciousness. Okay, so now, just to understand a little bit before I go into us, let's say, sitting in meditation, wanting to access more information that is beyond our five senses. I would like to share with you pretty much the meat of this video that I love so much. Oh my goodness. So, with the knowing that our souls are plasma, okay, our souls are plasma. We are all connected through a cosmic web. Everything is energy. And when we have the capacity to transport our consciousness from one place to another, we are literally physically going through a portal or a stargate or a wormhole. It could be puny or it could be big. I mean, that's another video that I want to share with you about portals. But right now, I'm focusing this video on the portal within, which means our soul, our heart, and our bodies. They are so sacred and fantastic and beautiful. And this is what I want to share. How portals work, in my humble understanding, or in my humble, or let's say summary of understanding of things, let's say to explain very, very easy, something super profound. I would say that the way portals work, you know what, it's gonna be easier for me to use there are so many physicists sharing this on the internet, actually. So let's say the matrix of reality. As I am talking to you right now, I am on alpha on beta waves. I'm talking to you and my brain is on beta. So let's say I'm talking to you right now. Let's say you see me in a laboratory, my energy, I don't know how else to explain it. You will see that my energy goes in waves like this, in sine waves. Remember when you were in high school studying the sine waves like this? That's pretty much how my waves are right now while I am talking to you and while you are listening to me. Now, let's suppose I want to remote view a situation or something, or meditate, or access different realities or something like that. If I am in meditation, so physically I am in sine waves, and then with intention, it's all about intention and consciousness. And because the soul is plasma, is a vortex of plasma, and I manage my soul through my thoughts and my consciousness and my feelings with focus intention. I focus on a central point, and there's where all the energy goes. And that point is called the phase conjugate implosion. This is fascinating. So from the physics point of view, if you were to see it on a diagram, like I'm talking to you, or blah, 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 is the beta waves, is the sine waves, da, 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 da. And then all of a sudden there is, let's say, imagine a square, something over here in the middle, where there is a central point of your focus attention, and then all of a sudden a lot of it comes into a central point, which is called the point of singularity, or as I say, the phased conjugate implosion, which is a perfect coherent it creates a portal. It creates, so your intention and your consciousness affects gravity and makes you implode you, so to speak, into a point of singularity that is actually when you hit pretty much the golden ratio within yourself. And that has to do with tuning in with the Schumann resonance, which is the frequency of the earth. But right now I still haven't figured out the way. I've been practicing, but right now the point is that there is a way for you to experience of how to expand your consciousness non-locally. And that to me is amazing. Okay, so from the physics point of view, the sine waves, then consciousness comes to a singular point, the singularity, and then from there it implodes or pretty much explodes, and then you create a vortex or a portal or a stargate by longitudinal EMF projections, electromagnetic frequency projections in perfect coherence. Why? Because it is the geometry and the matrix of creation. So when you transfer from one density to another, or from one state of consciousness to another, you're pretty much going through a portal, and through wherever you go, and precisely if you have intention and the most important, higher vibration, you are going to go to a space and time and experience of perfect coherence that is going to allow you to experience that you want to experience. Valga la redundancia. Sorry about all these words, but you get my point. Consciousness and intention is very important. So I know that this sounds so nerd and so geek, but putting it in Dan Winter's own words, consciousness is a small plasma tornado that can go bigger from inhabiting the small array inside your brain, which is called synapses, to a larger array outside of your head, which is called longitude interferometry. I know I am just using these words because they sound so intelligent. Grasshopper. No, not really. Actually, I invite you to please follow a lot of the people that are talking about how can you teleport through consciousness, and there's so many sources. My beautiful people, Dan Winter, Elena Danan, David Rossi from Toronto, Dr. Michael Salam, Jean-Charles Moyan, well, blah, blah, blah. You can do your own research, but this is so beautiful and so fascinating. So after using all these elongated words that I wanted to express, just to mention them, actually, what everything means is that when you're sitting down in meditation, then you go within, you raise your vibration through feelings and thoughts like gratitude, like kindness, like empathy, like compassion and things like that. Because there is a secret to using this sacred technology of our blood, of our DNA and our vessels. And it's that you cannot have access to those spiritual gifts if you are vibrating with fear or with anger and things like that. So in the same way that we can access portals throughout the galaxy and inside our souls, like the technology that our ancestors have left behind and everything, that technology that activates portals and stargates can only be activated by people with a higher vibration and a higher understanding of consciousness and of who they are. So that's an invitation to meditate and go within. So this is to say, my beautiful people, that us, the human beings, our DNA, our blood, we are walking portals and walking stargates, and our DNA has the capacity to activate any portal and any stargate in the galaxy, in the cosmos actually. Thank you so much for listening to this. I love you all. Mwah.